Guys, welcome to my latest video, InkTV, Suffering from Success. Of course, inspired by the sort of DJ Khaled album, but I think it describes exactly what's going on here with this latest Splatoon drama. So, let me give the lowdown. InkTV announces it's got a whole new thing going on, huge big project. It's Splatoon World League. Okay, so players respond to it. Some of them kind of critical, saying like, oh, it's too complicated. We don't like this. We want a standardized tournament. Leagues just aren't. A lot of people don't like leagues, though a lot of people do like leagues too. So InkTV responds by making this tournament kind of passive aggressive, especially in the rules format. Seemingly targeted at Sendo because he made a post about hey, players want this type of tournament, not a league. And then of course people responded angrily to that passive aggressive tweet. So things just kind of escalated. Now there's been a lot of talk about tournament formats, respecting TOs, and I think it's missing a big part of what the problem is. I'm going to lay it down for you right now. Really, I think what the issue is InkTV has put on some really amazing tournaments, some of the best online tournaments there is, especially in terms of production value, prize pools. I mean, they're the best. I think, better than, each ETV has, lands, and they do good stuff. Same with GSM. They've got some really good production value. But I think InkTV is pretty much the standard setter as far as tournaments go. I mean, the Invitational was fantastic. InkTV Open, Extravaganza, all that stuff. There was people saying BNS, for a long time, no other weekly could be successful because BNS existed, which, was ridiculous. But this is what, people were thinking, that, they just can't compete with InkTV because the prize pools are so big, the production value, the commentators, everybody was, throwing their resources behind that tournament. So what's happened is players have developed a certain expectation from InkTV. And once they do something that's sort of outside their expectations, that tournament is going to get criticized for it. And some of that criticism, I'm not saying that there's no legit criticism of the format. If you don't like the Splatoon World League, or if, people didn't like the Crown tournament format, and there was, it was definitely confusing, though it seems like there was some legitimate reason behind doing it like that. But I think a lot of it ends up getting lost in between the fact that a lot of people just don't like the fact that it's new, that it's different, that it's not, InkTV, Invitational, or Extravaganza. And it seems like, especially InkTV, is very has become really negative about these expectations that people have for them, where they feel like if they do anything different, that they're going to get criticized for it. Like, as far as like BNS, people were, a while back, people were criticizing because it's not professional enough. Commentary, is too joking around. People got offended over that. They're like the main org, and they've got to, maintain this standard, or the community will suffer, blah, 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 blah. So they're at this point where, like, anything they do that isn't perfect is going to be people are going to take a shot at them for doing that. So, they come out that Splatoon World League, the same thing happens over again. It's not what we want. And then, like, screw you guys. I don't care if it's what you want. I'm going to do what I want. They're tired of doing the same old thing. They want to do something new. And, people are going to dislike them for it. Kind of reminds me of, like, a while back, David Lee Roth came out with this country version of Running with the Devil. And, I wasn't like, oh boy, it's a country version of Running with the Devil. I was like, this fucking sucks. Because you know what? I like the original version of Running with the Devil. I don't want a country version of a rock song. I don't particularly care for country. But, you know, InkTV's tired of doing rock, and they want to try some country now. And people are upset. And really, you know, is there really anyone in the wrong here? I mean, are people wrong to expect, you know, the same great things out of InkTV? I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I can understand why they have expectations of InkTV and why they want, you know, more of that same great stuff they've gotten from InkTV before. But at the same time, I can understand why InkTV doesn't want to do it anymore. You know, if they've done the same format, they're tired of it. They want to, you know, try something new, maybe try and take the community in a different direction, you know, push the envelope. I can see why they find that interesting, a lot more interesting than doing, you know, InkTV Open version, 7, or just another BNS tournament that they've done, 200 of. So to me, it's just a situation where people just got to live and let live. I definitely get some players' frustration because it doesn't seem like we've had some opens, some really big tournaments that have been traditional lately from, anyone. There hasn't really been anything from GSM as far as, their Grand Prix. You haven't seen an Open or an Invitational. EGTVs hasn't really done anything big. They got that girls tournament. And I think you had, the Crown before that, which, again, had some criticism. I think a lot of criticism of the girls tournament, their girls MB tournament that came out. Some people said, a lot of sexism. I think, there was some of that, but I think a lot of the criticism or hate it got is because it wasn't a usual tournament. It was something different. Anytime, people are expecting something from you and you don't give it to them, they're going to be upset. And it probably isn't right. You can do whatever you want. And that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, let these guys follow their passion and try not to attack them for doing that. Even if it's something that you may not want. And at the same time, I don't think InkTV needs to expect, every player to support them. I mean, hopefully people aren't going to be rude about as far as, what that, you didn't meet their expectations, but at the same time, they can't feel trapped by player expectation. And I mean, they're in a tough spot right now because I feel like anything they do, they're going to have a lot of blowback on, that if it isn't, this certain format, this certain tournament that they've done before, and they're just kind of sick of doing it. So that's kind of why I labeled this suffering from success, because they've been too successful with how they've done it. And now people, don't want anything else. So, guys, that is it for my video. The other thing I did want to add is, I think people sometimes worry, who's right, who's wrong. I don't know if anyone's really right or wrong in this. I think that's just too simple to look at things, black and white. I just hope things, cool off, things work down, things work out, and everyone can sort of get along. Hopefully, Platoon World League will be very successful. We get some really great games out of it. Same thing like with the Crown. Some people didn't like it, but hey, we got a fantastic final. The viewers will get something out of it, and hopefully we'll get some, people putting up some really traditional tournaments that have a lot of success. I know there's still the Area Cup, though that's really more Japan, though. I mean, Hitzel sometimes does a English commentary on it. That's always awesome. That's kind of hard for some players to get into because of the time differences. Hopefully, some other people step up and put up some really good, if InkTV wants to move on from that, then hey, that's an open spot for somebody else to come in. All right, guys, that really is the end of my video. Hopefully that helped you think about things more often, sort of see things in a different light. Let me know what you think of the situation in the comments below. Am I right about this? Am I wrong? Did I miss something? Let me know what you think. All right, guys, that's it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.